everybody. Special thanks to our sponsor, Kinetic Impact Airsoft, and their upcoming event, Corporate Wars Blood Money 2. It's going to be at D14 Airsoft in Sanger, Texas, April 14th, 2024. If you use the link in the description below and code MUDDY down there, you will get $5 off your ticket. Every time you use the code and every time someone purchases a ticket, it does go to help the channel, which is going to be awesome, beneficial for me and Kinetic Impact. Also helps you to get a discount for the event. If you like the idea of a MilSim Light event, if you're new to the MilSim world and you're new to events and you don't want to do a 40-hour slogfest, it's just going to break you off, definitely give these guys a look. I think you're going to have a great time. Again, use code MUDDY at the link below, $5 off. Now onto the review. Hey everybody, welcome to another reviews. Today we're checking out a cool helmet from FMA. This is the FMA Thick and Heavy. Some of the places you'll see these would be called them a rider's helmet or a riding helmet. I remember when Hong Kong was exploding with chaos, they were actually selling these as if they were riot protection helmets. You could wear these when you went out on the streets to fight the PLA and the communist police, to fight for your right to party. So I'm not making light of the Hong Kong protests at all. Actually, heavily support Hong Kong and their movement. I just thought it was kind of interesting that that's kind of how they were getting around selling some of these helmets in certain venues at the time, and also how they were marketing them. They stopped marketing them as airsoft pieces, and they started marketing them as protection from tear gas and riot police. So take that for what it is. Now you'll see them marketed as bike helmets, riding helmets, which I also find to be quite interesting. The shell is quite thick, as you can see here. That is 1/4 of an inch, I believe, in thickness, right about. It's pretty sturdy ABS. It's a pretty thick plastic. Like proper padding, you could probably take a good hit with this. Rails don't have any trademarks on them at all, but they are nice. So far, I have not had any issues with the rails as far as putting anything on them. Lights and the whatnot have all gone on quite well as comms pieces such as Gentex mounts for Comtacs. They've had no issues there. The Octile is not terrible for a replica. It actually looks more like a real Octile than any other one I've had in a long time. The pad back here, a little thicker than your normal fake FMA, and it has FMA's logo in there instead of OpsCore, which I do like the fact that they didn't put an OpsCore logo on there. They kept FMA. The internal pads are quite soft. They're more like a memory foam pad, like a real OpsCore, than a lot of the other fakes as well. So the helmet is considerably more comfortable than your standard repro OpsCore that's out there. The strap, not too bad. It does say headlock right here. I'm kind of shocked they didn't go all out. The chin cup is a little better suede than most repros, but it's still not exactly the same as a real one. We actually have a real OpsCore Octile. Oh, and this really fancy helmet right here. Oh man, I did not want to do this, but I'm going to do it for you guys. How much I love you. I'm going to undo this entire monstrosity here to show you that I got this insane Gucci-ness going on with stuff that has yet to be reviewed. Let's get to it. Get all this Gucci off of here so I can get to this Octile and kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So as you can see, okay, this is a real OpsCore Octile that's inside of this helmet. A little comparison here. Webbing on the fake is a little shinier than the real webbing. Real webbing is just a little duller, more like a little duller tan. Whereas the buckles do both say headlock though, which I do find interesting. Chin cup is slightly different. The chin cup has a little more form on the real OpsCore than the repro. I find that to be on a lot of repro chin straps. Their chin cup just lacks a lot of rigidity and form, whereas the real ones have more form to them. The Team Wendy's the same way. And then the stitching is just a little more outrageous on the repro right here. It's a little more thick. It's a little more thin and purposeful here. So that's kind of your big differences. As you can see, the polymer coloration is slightly different on the real versus the repro. And the dial coloration is just a hair different too. So that's your big differences. Otherwise, the Octiles are very, very close. Comfort-wise too, I'll show you. Bring this pad out here. This is a real OpsCore pad. Again, they are noticeably different. but comfortability wise, they're pretty close. Let's get this helmet out of here. You don't need to see this anymore. There's enough. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think anymore. Not cheats. Surprises and the whatnot on there. What's the word for that? Would you see something early? Spoilers. There's spoilers on that helmet. For upcoming. Man, I couldn't think of that word. Anyway, the mount's okay. It's a plastic mount, unfortunately. I kind of thought they would have gone with an aluminum mount, but it looks decent. The coloration is actually not too bad. I lied, bringing the helmet back. So this is an aluminum mount on here. And here, let's get this arm off of here so you guys can actually see it. Come on now. There we go. So this is an aluminum logoed mount, and the coloration is a little different. This is a little golder than this one. It would have been nice if they had gone with something like this versus this. And I'll probably actually get one of these to go on this thing at a later date, just because I want to swap it out. Because I'm a nerd like that, and it might as well, if I'm going to be Gucci, I might as well be super Gucci. But it doesn't look bad. If this is all you got, then rock on, man. Party on, Garth. Party on, Wayne. Velcro's not bad. They did a pretty good job of the Velcro. The shell itself has like a kind of a Kevlar-y texture to it. That's that rough texturing that most repro shells don't have. And I think that is pretty cool. So this is an actual Kevlar. Don't know if it's really truly ballistic, but it is Kevlar. That's somebody trying to hit. It's not ballistic, buddy. I was like, whatever. But you can see it's got that like texture to it. So does this. This one's a little more sparse in the texture market. That texture's like everywhere. That one's not so much. Just kind of here and there. But it is more textured compared to, I don't know, let's say, do I have it? No, I don't even have the shell out. I thought, wait, yeah, I do. Where is it? This guy, here we go. This FMA shell. So this is that like super thin plastic OpsCore shell you normally would see. And these have like no texture to them at all. Real thin, cheap, toy feeling. This guy. This is the guy she told you to worry about. That she told you not to worry about, but you really need to because he's packing heat and he's going to take her home. The mount's not bad. Let's see if it will take this arm. I think it will. Yeah, so it takes the repro arm pretty well. It looks really good on there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Just like a real one. There's wobble. Oh no. What are you going to do? We're going to shim it. But that looks good on there and it fits. So this is the aluminum arm. Get that off there. Adjustability wise, it's pretty good. This fits me really well. I have a big old fat head, and this is a large, extra large. I picked this up at the local swap meet at D14, and I was really happy to get it because I've been wanting one of these for a hot minute to review, but I was always reluctant because, moving stuff around. I'd have to pay so much to get it, and then if it sucked, it would have been out, and it was just like, I don't want to do it. But I got it for a deal, so I picked it up to review for you guys and to build a new lid. So, like I said, Velcro's nice. Well placed. It's not going anywhere. The coloration of the Velcro is actually pretty good. Overall, I gotta say this is a good helmet. It's a good buy. They are on average about $80 on eBay plus shipping. I think you rack out a little over $100 all in to your door. So I think it's kind of worth it, to be honest with you. If I was going to get a repro OpsCore for Airsoft, I mean, I did. This is where I'd spend most of my money because you're already looking at $40 to $60 for one of these things. I mean, look at that. That's garbage. Save your money. What, it might take you 2 months to get this instead of one. If you could afford to buy that, maybe 3 months. Save your money and get one of these thick and heavies. You will really like it. If you absolutely want an OpsCore that is of the high cut variety, that's not a Maritime or an SF, FMA thick and heavy is the way to go, man. I'm telling you. It's a lot lighter than wearing a real ballistic or a real Kevlar. I know my neck and back prefer the toy. I'm not getting shot at. For BB warring and being a nerd, this is the way to go. It's a lot lighter, especially when I start adding a bunch of bullshit onto it. It makes it even better than a real helmet like this black monstrosity I've got over here, which I got because I really wanted just to try. This thing is heavy as when I get it all said and done. Well, not heavy as, but it's definitely not as heavy as an ACH all kitted out, but it's still worlds heavier than this guy. I can't recommend these enough. I think these are fantastic helmets. They're really nice. I don't even think you even need to really switch the rails out, honestly. The rails were just fine. If you really wanted to, though, swapping out your rails for some real rails, aftermarket rails, and you can get them fairly cheap, would be a good go. Swapping your mount out to a OpsCore aluminum repro one with the logo would be really great. It would just look fantastic. getting a real chin strap, not necessary, but again, it's a nice upgrade because the real straps just are that much better, and you would be off to the races, I'm telling you. Anyway, guys, I hope you got something out of this review. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, get out there, play some airsoft, be a bunch of nerds, get yourself a good helmet to protect your noggin, because you definitely want to protect that. I know from experience, TBIs suck. Take care. Hope to see you on the field.